All right, here we are, another week around the trash fire. Your host Mathias, along with the boy.
John.
Well, John, it's here. The 30K
Yes.
box
Time to quit 40K for another 5 years.
for another 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my friends. Like, I don't know what 40K could do to bring me back to it right now.
It's all the friends
Yeah,
you made
I'm gonna
along
get
the
all the
way.
cast marine stuff, but it's more like a hobby project. Like, I just have no interest in playing the game unless someone asks me to play it. Like, I don't think I will actively ask anyone to play 40K for the foreseeable future. If someone wants to play with me, I'll play a game with them.
I'll ask you to play.
There you go.
I will say, John, it's time to play 40K.
I'm like, all right,
I'll
time to
get
remember
you,
the rules.
I'll tear you out of your 30K dungeon and just put some 40K miniatures in front of you.
All right, stratagems for the win. Not really. I hate stratagems.
Well then, let's get into this, shall we?
Yes.
Going in with our first thing here. Um, we got the new model of the month, seeing how we're recording this a day later. Uh, which is just gonna be a normal Chaos Boy. It looks good. I like it.
Yeah, it's the new cast Space Marine, so that's neat.
Yeah, but interesting enough, they don't have a coin this month.
Yeah, I wonder.
It's because it's a 30K thing. You know, a 30K
Maybe,
month.
maybe because buying the box set will ensure you a free coin, so maybe they're avoiding that. Don't want to make too many coins.
True. I could see that happening. But it would just be a FOMO thing, right?
Yeah,
That'd
it
probably
would.
make people want to get the coin more. If they're
But
like,
that's
this
the
is
thing.
just limited amount of coins. Wink,
But that'll
wink.
make people angry.
True. But I mean, it's the Warhammer base. Everyone's gonna be angry,
That's a good. That's true.
no matter what does. You know, it's like, wow, they're releasing new models, but they're so gosh darn expensive. I can't afford this. Boycott GW.
People are trying to say they're gonna sue GW because GW lied about the 30K box price. So it's gonna be funny.
Did they lie about it?
No,
I figured they didn't. I figured that was all speculation from the fans, or did they
well,
actually say it?
they said it was going to be no more than $300, and it's $299. But people are like, oh, if you pay tax, it's more than 300, so they lied. I'm going to sue them for false advertising. Not going to happen.
I say good luck on those cases. The average citizen, because you're going against a multi-trillion-dollar or billion-dollar company. So good luck with those legal fees.
Yeah, for real. Just for that.
But yeah, okay, interesting news. But if you want to go, if you pick up the new 30K box set, at least you'll get a new miniature, a new Chaos Marine. Wouldn't be able to
Yes,
use
yes,
it
you
in your
will.
30K army, but
Yeah, unless you convert it or play word bearers.
there you go. Cool to have, anyways. Moving on to the big chunky stuff. Sunday preview. Here we go. The Horus Heresy. So how many boxes are you getting?
Probably three.
Holy. 3 boxes?
Yeah, I need my Spartan squadron.
Get your Dreadnought Squadron and your Sicaran.
Yeah,
Or not
because
Sicaran.
I get the attack marines, and I'm getting the heavy support upgrades, so I need to arm all of them. So should be good. Should be good. I mean, this is my game. This is the main game I play and have been. I consider this my main game for since 2014. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay. Jeez. 3 boxes, man. Alright
That's
then.
a steal. Like buying this individually, it's $700 worth of stuff. So
I'm not saying it's not a steal. You know, I mean, you're basically what saving like $50 with all the tax included if you bought
What do
three
you mean?
boxes. Well, you said it's a $700 value. You're buying three
Per box.
boxes.
So it's a what, a $1,500 no, so that's a $2,100 value.
Oh wait, it's $300, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait, my bad. For some reason, even though we just talked about it, I was assuming $200.
No, it's 300, and if it's $700 value per box, so I'm getting $2,100 worth of miniatures for the price of 3 boxes. So it's gonna be great.
It is. It's a good value.
So Legion.
There you go.
And how 30k works, like having lots of power armor is just with the heaviest special weapons, you can convert them to veterans, you can make them seekers. I have some jump packs, I can make some assault squads, destroyers. A lot of versatility with the new Mark 6 kit or any power armor kit that's generic, so that's gonna be fun.
Now, 30k enthusiast as you are, can I use these as can I use both these armies as one legion, or is it something preventing me from doing that other
There's
than the
nothing preventing
characters?
you from doing that at all. And there are zero Legion specific anything in this box, which is great. It's so currently in the current rules, this box is around 2,000 ish points. You could push that to 2,500, or if you make them all veterans and play the Pride of the Legion formation, Rite of War, then you could probably get 3k. So
Crazy.
this is between 2 to 3,000 points depending how you build it. And if you add some heavy weapon upgrades, you could definitely get 3,000 points with this box.
Crazy. And let's see what else we get. The books, which we already knew.
The rule book, interestingly, is not coming outside of the box. So
This one right here, the Age of
yeah, so it's
Darkness.
kind of interesting because current 30k players, you kind of have to get the box for the rules. It's not coming out on its own at the moment. Maybe in the future.
Okay, well, good to know. Which I guess makes sense. I assume they want to be selling a lot of these boxes.
Yes, they will.
Oh, I know someone who's buying 3, so they typical dice and templates. I'd say I don't really miss these at all, but the only thing I kind of miss about the old edition is the scatter die. I kind of miss the scatter die.
Scatter die is great if you play with friends that aren't gonna dispute the scatter die. It's a fun mechanic.
I like
But if you're
the
playing with a random, it's gonna be like, oh, it's actually this angle, um, not this angle, which I have experienced firsthand, and it is extremely annoying
oh,
disputing the angle.
I'm
Or the ones who like they roll the scatter dice on the opposite side of the board.
yeah,
Or,
I'm sure anyone who's played 7th or lower has experienced the scatter die situation.
yes,
It's why I don't really miss the templates too much, because of all the headache it caused. Well, are you sure you're flipping the blast template the right way?
for real.
It's not that right angle. God, okay, whatever. Fine. On a time limit here. So we got that. What do we got here? Tokens and cards. What is this? Exclusive tokens
So
and
this is
cards.
the cards for the reactions, which we'll talk about later. And some tokens to show you who has reacted.
Okay. All right. Interesting take that they're going. I assume the legionaries right here. The good guys book.
Yep, the loyalists book,
There you
and
go.
then the trader book.
That's what I was trying to look for.
So
And
it's kind of cool because these books not only have the Legion rules for your chosen side, but it also has the complete Space Marine Legion army list. So you only need one book as opposed to 2 books before to play for your army rules. So right now to play 30K, you just need 2 books. You need the main rule book, and you need your army's book.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
before the army list was separate from the Legion rules, but this one it's in the same. They're just separated by sides, and these are chunky books.
And this is in the box, or this is separate?
This is separate.
This is separate. Okay.
So the box will have
figured.
rules to play the contents of the box, but essentially you'd want to get this to play the game.
Play the Legion you want.
Yep.
Okay. 352-page book.
Yeah, this is gonna be $70.
Roll 9 Trader Legion.
Yeah.
Christ. What a steal.
It is a weighty tome, though. For comparison, the Space Marine Codex is $60, and I think is 100 something pages. 208.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lied. It's 208 pages, and it is $54, $55. This one is 352 pages for $70.
I argue you get better deal out of this, considering
yeah,
it's 9 armies.
Stuff. Yeah, right.
Interesting.
And you don't need, and for example, like you don't need the supplements, because let's say you want for Space Marines, let's say you want to play Black Templars or Blood Angels. Well, you got to get the supplement in addition to the Codex.
Yeah.
Well, this one is both of those rolled into one.
Yep. Well, I look forward to seeing it because I know we got rules to discuss as well.
Yes.
So moving on, we got the weapons that we talked about last time. The great deal that you get out of that.
Yeah, this is $42.
$42 for. Let's see, the first one's 60 for 6 different weapons. You got the next one, 20 for 2 different weapons.
Yeah.
Ah, the Kratos assault tank.
Yes, $125 for this guy. He is big.
Now, I know they said that there might be rules for this thing in the future for 40K.
It will. Yeah, it says the Kratos will be earning itself a 40K data sheet, but they didn't say when, so not sure when they're gonna release that.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see this on the board. Though, it might fall, even though it's not Forge World, it might fall under the Forge World tag of
Yeah, you need
too expensive.
I mean, I think it's gonna suck because it's gonna suck for the same reason a Repulsor Executioner sucks. It's just I think it's gonna be a lot of points for not enough firepower, especially in a game where if you don't have an invul, you'll get deleted. Like Tau will delete this without trying. Tyranids will delete this without trying.
Anyone could delete this without trying.
Yeah.
That's the nature of vehicles, unfortunately.
Right.
No, I guess we'll see. I'm sure they'll come around every once in a while. And we got the Rhino, which hooray, a Rhino.
Yeah, a Rhino. I don't want to get this at least right now because I have to paint it, and I'd rather paint more Marines. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what we got here? We got Mark III Tactical Marines, which.
Yep.
What did they say? This is what, 50?
This is 50. Actually, let's look at. I have the price list. Because there was a new price list leaked that had this stuff. So this is gonna be. Never mind. It's not. It's not. Oh, it's right here. It's gonna be $80. So actually, pretty pricey.
$80 for 20.
But it's 20 Marines though.
So you get. So for an extra 30, right? You get an extra 10 Marines.
Yeah. You get an extra 10 Marines,
which is not bad.
Yeah, I mean, in 30K, if you want to get Marines, you probably want to get them in batches of 20 anyway, either to field a big squad or making a
2 10-mans.
2 10-mans, right? Maybe you want to do a veteran squad, 2 10-man veteran squads. You do Seekers, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's a lot more variety.
Yeah, you'll never. It's rare to be in a position where you only want 10 guys. Like because of how 30K works, you probably want the flexibility of having 20 bodies. So I think the decision to sell them in a box of 20 is a good one.
Well, they want to sell you that big transport.
Yeah, that's
Does
Spartan.
that holds what, 20, right?
Holds 25 dudes.
There you go. So you got the Mark III, you got the Mark
Mark 4.
4. Good old Arimon. I might pick him up. Just to have.
Yeah, classic Arman. He's cool.
I mean, he's plastic, right?
He is plastic, absolutely.
Of the even more reason to grab him.
Yep.
You got that. Got the Carta Galacta Imperial of Mankind, which I assume is just a map of Horus Heresy.
Yep, a map of the Horus Heresy. Kind of neat.
It's cool for the lore nerds.
Yeah, I might grab it, but it doesn't seem appealing to look at, and which I guess it's a map. So, but I mean, some maps are artistic, but this one isn't. So I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. I might pick it up.
The blues and
Just not an yeah,
purples. It's nice.
just not an instant buy.
No, not at all. And of course, we got the Legion transfer sheets, which
So this is interesting because these are the Forge-Roll transfer sheets going to be sold in a GW store. And these are very high quality. I have a couple of these. I have more than a couple of these, and they're very high quality in terms of transfers. How transfers go.
mm-hmm.
So definitely recommend this if you like transfers. You will not be disappointed. And when you play 30K, you kind of want the Legion symbol. It just looks so good on the models.
Are they selling this individually?
Yeah,
18
it's
separate transfer sheets. Okay.
Yep, 18 separate transfer sheets.
I was wondering if you had to like buy bundle of this, but okay, that's good. I've never really been big on the transfer sheets, but who knows? Who knows what will happen? And then they're bringing back the legendary dice. I know because I've seen these before. I just don't remember when.
Yeah, these were sold by Forge World, which is also moving to the GW web store.
Okay, so these will be $35 for like 20 of these dice,
Yes.
or $40, right? And they go up by like $5.
I think they're 35 or 40.
I wish they had the old or the Thousand Sun dice that you have. You know, the blue with the blue and gold dice.
Yeah.
I want those dice.
Oh, those are. I'm glad I have them. They're super cool.
There we go. You got the dice coming back if you want them. I mean, they're not terrible. Not all of them, at least.
I I hate these dice for one specific reason. They come in. You get 19 dice and one scatter dice.
Ugh.
Yeah, you just want that. I want that 20. I want that 20.
I just have to buy five packs. Get it nice and even.
For real, I want that. Just 20, just 20.
And it looks like they're giving some in-store swag when you pick up the box. Like some objective tokens.
Yeah, some cool objective tokens, little bags, some keychains, a coin.
There's the coin.
There's your coin.
A pin. What's it called? The vehicle damage chart. Pogs in the back there as well. Right? That's what 1-3 stands for,
Shaken,
right?
stunned, immobilized. No, weapon destroyed, immobilized, and then it explodes. So that's cool they have that.
Yep. And look at that. Forge World. Bring out all the Primarchs. Do you have any of the Primarchs?
I have two Sanguiniuses. I painted one of them. Probably gonna build the other one because it's this one with a scenic base.
Mm-hmm.
Unbuilt, I have Guilliman, Horus, the Lion, think that's it. Oh, I have Magnus. Duh, I have Magnus. Oh, I have Conrad.
I was never a fan of the Primarch models. I don't know why. Maybe because I like them to be upscaled like they are in 40k.
Oh, you want them bigger than like demon size? That's fair. Some of the faces are whatever. Some of the poses are also whatever. Some of the poses are amazing. Like I love the Sanguinius pose. I love the Dorn pose. Not the biggest fan of the Lehman Russ pose.
Mm-hmm.
The Ferris Manus pose is really weird because it's a diorama with Fulgrim, and without Fulgrim, he just looks like he's swinging at the air, which is kind of weird.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember at the old GW, someone had the Alfarius painted very nice as well.
Mm.
That was a cool model. But yeah, other than that, I'm not a big fan of them. I'll wait for their 40k counterparts to come out. And then I'll be happy.
There we go.
Let's see what else we got here. It's just all 30k. You got the shoulder pads and the
The resin shoulder
helmets.
pads.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because we don't usually talk about Thursday. But yeah, there's the what's his name? Sons of Horus stuff. I was gonna talk about that for Horus Day Thursday, but since it's here, I might as well just talk about it now. So interesting helmets. I didn't expect them to be chaosified so fast.
Yeah. I mean that's how they were even Great Crusade. It's kind of the vicious gang like style. Kind of scully.
How do you feel
No,
about
yeah,
them?
they're okay. I mean, they're better than BTs for me. And actually, I think they're better than the fist ones. The fist ones are kind of unless you're using them for Templars. But yeah, the Sons of Horsemen, they're not my favorite.
Would you have wished they had something else?
Um, I like the Reaver helmets a lot for the Reaver unit, where it has the more classic Vox grill, not this weird skull one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, well, that is
I
it
lied.
for
They
30k.
do have the Vox. No, they. Never mind. They do have the. Maybe it's because it's painted black, so it looks better.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm whatever with it.
Now
I
your
lied. Yeah,
army.
it is the same helmet. I guess you just paint it black. It looks weird with the green. Yeah, the guy on the left actually looks cool, but the ones that look green, yeah, just paint them black would be good.
Just painted black.
Yeah,
There you go. That's the painting advice. Good old John. Painted black. Oh, good.
you're good to go.
Well, that's it for 30k. That was 2/3 of this page.
There's more 30K coming up, but first, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, look at that. The bear people, who cares? Because that's pretty much what we said when we first saw them.
I mean, if the bear people had bears, or they were like half bears, it'd be great. But these are just generic people. It's the most generic of generic people.
Yeah. It's bad. Moving on. We got the book for the 30k box set that's coming out.
Yes.
Are you gonna pick it up, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm gonna get the Lupercal's War one, which is the second one. This Chthonia's Reckoning, I don't think I'll get it. This just seems like a product tie-in, so I don't think it's gonna be that good.
Some product
But
items are okay.
some of them are okay, but this one, not for Heresy.
Hmm.
This one I'm gonna pick up the anthology one.
Okay. So you said Lupercal. Okay, so this is the omnibus of short stories, right?
Yeah.
I guess I should pick it up. Just so I could get caught up on everything. Though, is the final Horus Heresy book next, or is it there's still 2 more books?
So there's two more. There's the Sanguinius one, and then the final book.
All right, so I gotta start jumping in on the 30K Horus Heresy series
Yes, yes, you
again.
do.
Start over because it's been 6 years since I've read the first 3 books. But okay, we got that. We got a Horus Heresy bookmark, which whatever. It's a bookmark for those who use the books. And then French edition, German, and Warhammer Plus. Hammer and Bolter coming back.
Yeah, with AOS.
I know. I thought AOS
Should be
was
great.
dead with how much
Nah, they're
non-love it gets.
AOS still exists. We're still getting stuff for it.
I know. It's just a little
Just
joke.
not as much. Yeah.
And then we got Lore Masters for the Sons of Horus Legion. Which, probably what, the first 30K thing they're doing?
What do you mean? Oh, the Lore Masters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the one. I think that is the first 30K specific thing. I mean, they do talk about 30K stuff when they're talking about like Abaddon or Magnus, but or sorry, Mortarion. But this is the first one that's specifically, I think, 30K centric.
Just in time for all that 30K news. But that is it for the Sunday preview. Pretty hefty Sunday preview, even though it all is just 30K.
Yes, good for me.
It's good for John because he's very happy for this.
Yes. 2 week pre-order though. Should keep that in mind. So
Oof. All right.
I'm not gonna be out next weekend, but the weekend after next weekend.
I will keep that in mind then. Let's go into since we're on the 30K hype. Let's go into the Horus Heresy. The rules changing. I'm sure you wanna
Yeah, we could
talk about
chat
this. So we got reactive plays. I mean, sorry, reactions.
Reactions.
I don't know why I said reactive.
So essentially how reactions work is in each phase, this is kind of a pseudo alternate activations thing. So each phase you get to do one reaction. So essentially when your opponent does something, you get to do something to react to it. So for example, in the movement phase, there's a movement reaction where if an enemy unit moves within 12 inches of one of your units, that unit gets to immediately move towards the enemy or away from it. It's kind of like a forward or retreat kind of thing. There's a shooting one where after you get shot, you get to immediately shoot back. There's the assault phase one, Overwatch now reaction at full ballistic skill. So once per turn, you get to Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually you only get one reaction per phase, but sometimes if you have a Primarch or a Warlord trait, you may get another reaction for a specific phase. Like I can imagine a Warlord trait like that is defensive centric gives you a reaction on the shooting phase, for example, an extra one. So this is this is the big new thing for Horus Heresy. Most of the core rules haven't really changed except for this one and the psychic phase. But this one is the big thing. It really changes how the game functions. It makes the game more interactive. I've actually played a game with this feature and it felt fun because you're not just sitting there making saves. You get to make a decision during your opponent's turn. Like, hey, should I counterfire with this unit or should I wait? Should I move with this unit or should I fall back with this unit? Stuff like that.
Right.
And it's not as unwieldy as stratagems because you only get one per phase and you kind of have to use it. So there's no benefit to not reacting. So he doesn't stockpile reaction points or anything. You don't get any bonus for not using a reaction the previous turn or whatever. You just kind of use it or lose it type of deal, which I think is great. And it's one of those things where it may seem complex at first, but play like 2 or 3 games with it, and it'll be second nature. Like, okay, I'm gonna react, etc., etc.
So one per phase, you said, right?
One per phase. Yep. One
Interesting.
for movement, shooting, and assault. And there's also Legion specific ones that you could use.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So you said you
Like the
played with
one.
this, huh?
Yeah, I played with the reactions. I played like a 30k game using the current rule set, but with the reactions.
And that how did that make you feel? Like, did it feel better? Did it feel worse? The same? I
I
know
think
you only played one game, but
it felt better because the big thing is it again made if it's not your turn, it still makes you think and be interactive with the game and not just kind of sit down. Like for me, the worst part of a miniature, one of the worst parts of any miniature game is if your opponent can take their whole turn or whole phase, and you could go to the bathroom and just come back and tell me how many saves I need to make. That's bad design.
mm-hmm.
So being able to, and I've done that actually. Fun fact, being able to react to do something while your opponent is doing something. I mean, stratagems you could do that too, but stratagems is a different beast altogether. But yeah, having this ability to do something during your opponent's turn makes for more interactive gameplay. It does slow down the game because you have more stuff to do, but it makes again it just makes the game more fun. And keyword really is interactive during your opponent's turn. And it's not just passive where you're just sitting there waiting to make saves. And even saves, like your opponent could do saves for you. You don't need to make them yourself, technically, for it to
Interesting.
be functionally the same. But yeah, this lets you play the game during your fun turn, which is great.
Which is always
Super excited for this.
nice
Yeah.
because I remember in 7th edition, which I regard as the worst edition, just my preference.
Right.
I just remember because every Space Marine player, at least at my local hobby store, always ran a ton of grab weapons because why wouldn't you run a weapon that targets someone's armor save and then just instantly kills you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember playing the games where they would go and they would just hit my entire army and kill it, like, if not half, about a quarter of my army in one turn. And it always felt bad to play. So having reactions might actually make the edition a little bit more fun, at least more interesting.
Yes.
Because now, I don't have to just sit there and take it. I could do something. But I also see here that Deep Strike is changing and transport capacity has been tweaked as well.
Yeah. A big change too, though, is dreadnoughts are now monstrous creatures instead of vehicles. That's a huge change.
Oh no. Not monsters, creatures. Now you
Yeah,
can't hide
monstrous
them.
creatures. What's up?
Now you can't hide them.
What do you mean?
That's a joke.
Oh, because is that a rules thing? I think a monster creature
You can't
you can't get
hide.
behind.
You can't block them by with some foot people.
Some point, yeah, that yeah yeah. Um, yeah, I haven't played that in a while, but yeah, they have toughness values. They have armor saves. They got wounds, which makes them definitely resilient, but also not. It makes them not as resilient to other things, but it does make them resilient to most anti-tank things. So, as someone who has a lot of good anti-tank may not do so well against dreadnoughts, right? Before, if you had a
Right, because
couple,
the
if
tank
you had a
keyword.
Sikaran, you could probably delete a Contemptor, but now it's going to be more challenging because of because you can't just blow down their whole points with glancing hits or whatever. And the rules that the Sunder rule, which is reroll of failed armor penetration rules, don't work against them anymore. So some of those weapons won't be as effective against dreadnoughts, which I think is good. It makes sense that dreadnoughts could tank hits better than a lot of vehicles.
That's what they're designed to do.
Yep. Terminator is also getting 2 wounds, which is great because Terminator should get 2 wounds. A lot of Legion elite units as well, like even Legion veterans, which are power armored tactical squads, get 2 wounds.
Hmm.
A lot of special units will get 2 wounds, which is great. It makes them more resilient to small arms fire, but still they're gonna die to the big stuff because instant death is still a thing.
Yep, I missed that rule.
Yep, that's a fun rule.
Overall, though, what are you thinking? How are you liking these rules that they've shown?
I like it a lot. It's the deep strike thing. That one is hard to wrap my head around. Still, how it works is before even in 40k you deep strike each unit individually, but in 30k all your deep strike comes in one turn, and you have one unit which is the main deep strike unit, and you scatter that unit, and then everyone deploys, with that around that unit.
That sounds normal.
So what's up?
I said that sounds normal.
Well, before it would be individually, but this one you only scatter one unit, and everyone else deploys around that one.
Oh,
Not
okay.
model. This is units. So you have, if you're deep striking 5 squads, you deploy one squad, scatter that one squad, and then the other 4 squads
Got it.
deploy.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. I just had to listen to the keyword units there.
Yeah, not model. Yeah, unit. Yep. So
Okay.
that's gonna be interesting. I have a Blood Angel list that is deep strike heavy, so I'm gonna see. I'm curious how that's gonna work. But one more thing actually for 7th edition. Well, now 30k 1.0 is you could charge after deep striking, so that's huge.
That is huge. I always
So
remember deep deep striking being really bad in 7th because you charge in, you were able to like unload your firepower, but then that was it. So it was mainly like built for those death squads who would
yeah,
eliminate one target and then wouldn't make it to the end.
yep. Now they can charge, get stuck in, protects them from shooting, all that good stuff. But it's still
Cool.
risky because if you deep strike too close, you can scatter and you're screwed.
That was always a fun thing
Yep.
about deep striking. You got
One last. Well, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you get the deep strike mishap roll. You could deep striking. Wait, did you get the mishap roll for deep striking in terrain, or was that just dangerous?
Yes. It was if you deep strike in, no, you would just get dangerous terrain checks if you deep strike into terrain.
It was such fun stuff.
Yeah.
I do miss the chaotic randomness of it all.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see it again. Couple more changes. Transports are going up in capacity. That's nice. You're gonna put a character in your 10-man squad in a Rhino. Movement values are now per model, so that's interesting. Like the Contemptor has a movement of 8 inches. Well, before they would move 6 like everyone. I think Space Marines move 7 inches now, while humans move 6. So that's cool. One last rule change I want to talk about is the psychic phase is now gone. So psychic tests are now done during phases. So for example, there's a Thousand Suns one that gives you a bonus to your invul save. You just do that at the start of the turn. There's another one where it's a shooting attack, so it's like smite that you just do that in the shooting phase. And if you have one that buffs your strength in the assault phase, just do that in the assault phase.
Okay, interesting enough. I didn't think psychic was too prevalent in 30k.
I think that's why they took out the psychic phase, because realistically, you only use the psychic phase if you were either Thousand Suns or Demons, and having this whole unwieldy system for 2 factions wasn't very fun. So they just simplified it, which makes it good for those factions because it makes it easy. And if you bring a librarian or two, you won't have to relearn this whole phase just for this one model. It's just another action. You just make the psychic check, and then you get the power.
Well, okay then. Once again, lots of big stuff coming for 30k. Only in two weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks before it's out.
There we go. I'm just gonna ignore that rumor engine, and we're gonna go to New Model Monday, which is Aeronautica. Didn't
Yeah,
think
this
I'd
game
see
still
anything.
exists.
Yeah, now, right? And they're giving us custodies, of all things. You think they'd give us Actually, yeah, I don't know what else they would give us.
Tyranids? Kind of iffy.
Tyranids, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because most other factions have. I don't know if Dark Eldar have models. Tau would do and Necrons,
I think Tao's already
but
got a faction. Dark Eldar does
yeah.
have one. They got the Void Bombers and the Void Raven.
Oh, do they? Okay, well, that's all factions then.
So here we are, custodies into this game that I really forgot even existed.
Yep.
So I don't have too much hype for it.
Yeah, I mean, good for those people who, like the 10 people who play this game.
Indeed. But that's not all for Warhammer. I do have a few other things here. We do got some what's it called? Some Chaos Space Marine stuff. Don't know if
Yes,
you saw it.
pretty standard stuff.
Pretty standard stuff.
Except for the Terminator one, where accursed weapons instead of different special weapons.
Yeah, so now I like to thank Auspex Tactics for the screenshots here. But yeah, so 3 wounds, which we all expected, of course. +1 attack instead of hateful assault, which we all knew they were gonna get. Be with their demon Thousand Suns and Nurgle counterparts. And I think that's pretty much it. Everything else is speculation, it looks like.
How do you feel about that change where instead of specific melee weapons, you just have a generic melee weapon profile?
A generic melee weapon?
So there's no more power swords, power axes, power maces. They just, or even lightning claws. They just have accursed weapons, which is this one profile for all of them.
Um, I don't hate it because then you can just equip your Terminators with whatever and be like, yeah, it's just a cursed weapon kind of deal. So you can make your Terminators a lot more unique looking instead of everyone just having a lightning claw or power sword kind of deal. You can all be wildly different and unique. But it does, without any special weapons, it does kind of limit them on what they can use.
Yeah,
But
I do like them because you don't have to worry about. You mentioned you don't have to worry about modeling the right weapon. Also, there's too much. Ever since I've started playing 40K, there's always been a thing of like there's one weapon that's really good, and then you convert them all to have that. And obviously they're never gonna have enough power axes or power swords for the whole squad. So you do that, and then the rules change, and now that weapon is not the best one. And well, crap, I've converted all of this.
yeah,
So I think having a generic profile is just. I think it's not my favorite, but I think it's the best one we can come up with right now. Because even if the box came with all the weapons and didn't increase the price or anything because there's more plastic in there, just the fact that what if your weapon becomes garbage and unplayable? So
yeah.
you got to convert the whole squad now, right?
Well, that's always a thing you got to worry about.
Right. And not having to worry about that, I think, is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. So I'm not offended. I think the generic weapons is good, but again, it does. If that's all they have, maybe like a power claw here or something like that. If that's all they ever have, then it kind of limits on how good they will be. But I mean, right now Terminators are in a great spot.
Right.
And then we also got the Terminator Lord and the Sorcerer as well. With another +1 wound, +2 attacks. Power Axe becoming damage 2, and a Master Crafted upgrade. And the Sorcerer getting a +1 wound and 2 attacks. So, all in all, they're just getting the normal standard upgrades, it looks like. It's hard for me to say. Are you excited for this? Or are you too far gone into the 30K?
I'm definitely too forgotten to 30K, but I think it's nice. I mean, I have a box of Terminators I have yet to build, and the fact that like if this is rumors are true, I don't have to worry about which melee weapons to give them. That's great. You know, that's more hype to build them because I don't have to be like, oh, what if the power axe sucks, or what if lightning claws are the best? Oh no, like, right? So
Right, of course.
I think this is good for me. This makes me excited about Black Legion. And you know, I'm still picking up all the Chaos Marine stuff because that is my OG faction, and I do want to collect all of them and paint them all someday.
One day you will. I believe.
Yes, one day.
And then I got a couple other things that I'll just run by you. Let's see. We got the Lord Discordant. He's coming out. He's going down to 9 wounds now, I think. He has more, right? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think he has Morse because you could target him. I think I've never used that model, so
I think he was at like 12, I want to say. But he's now down to 9 wounds, which means he can't be directly shot anymore.
Right, which is good.
Yep, that's gonna make him good. I won't go over the stratagems. Is there anything you want to know about I can quickly go over?
Is Veterans of the Long War still there?
That I do not know. It's not in here, but I would assume Veterans of the Long War would still be in here. But then again, Veterans of the Long War was taken out of Thousand Suns right? And Death Guard, so probably I think it'll be safe to assume it's not going to be in there.
Right. That's okay.
And of course, you got the Alpha Legion.
2 wins is super worth it already.
2 wins is what everyone wanted. To stop getting destroyed by lasgun bolts.
Yes. Please.
Warp jump got nerfed, unfortunately. Won't be able to charge out of it anymore, so rip that that psychic power. It was the one thing that everyone liked about that spell. Now it's just double movement speed. Then other than that, let's see. I think that's it. We can go more in depth later. I just saw this, so I'm not too well versed into it right now. But overall, there we go. We got excited things coming down the pipeline. And that's all we can really hope for. True. And I would assume, let's see, since 30K is mid-month, I would assume Chaos would be end of the month.
Probably end of the month, early next month.
So probably pre-orders on the 25th, or sorry, 26th.
Yeah, it's very possible.
It'll either be there or it'll be announced for pre-orders there. So we're looking at a July launch for the Chaos Marines, and then there's only two factions left. 3 factions left. Yeah. and then or 4 because World Eaters are getting their own stuff. So
That's true. That's true.
which again, World Eaters will not be in the Chaos book. So you'll have to get that White Dwarf, which I think will come out in June.
Yeah, it's gonna be this month's White Dwarf.
So think of it this way: you get your rules early.
Yeah, that's true.
All right then. That is all the Warhammer news that I have. You got anything else you want to add?
I have non-Warhammer stuff I added.
Okay. What do you got?
So we got Ewoks are announced for Star Wars Legion.
Ewoks.
Ewoks.
The ones who throw sticks and stones?
Yes, and murder stormtroopers.
Interesting. How is that faction working?
I have no idea. They just showed the models. They're a rebel unit, so I don't know what else it is. You know, I hope they're not a whole faction. I hope they're just rebels. But yeah.
You know someone's gonna run a whole Ewok army.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So.
But I would probably agree with you. They'll probably be on the rebel side.
Yeah. And then we got the Mandalorian and Grogu finally coming to Legion. I mean, they were announced a year ago, but now we have their models.
I was gonna say, weren't those announced
Yeah,
a while ago?
yeah, they were. Yeah, it was announced a while ago, but now we have seen their models.
I see. Okay. Oh, there you go. More Star Wars Legion coming out. Should we get into our hobby rant section then?
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I've been just trying to do my new job, so I haven't really been done too much. I think the last thing I did was on Wednesday, played a board game. I'm blanking on the name, but it's a Dungeons and Dragons board game where you are you're in the dark elf home, but I can't remember the name of the game. Basically, it's a deck builder kind of game, if you're familiar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was. I played it once before, but I got to play it again, and I enjoyed my time. It's a fun game. It's a fun, quick game to learn. So, other than that, I haven't really done anything else. So, hopefully this week will be some Warhammer games, and once I get my job schedule all sorted down, I will do some painting and hobbying.
Nice, nice.
What about you? What have you been up to?
Hobbying, working on 30K and Conquest. Played some War Machine over the weekend. That was fun. Yeah, me and Will really are gonna get into. I think I mentioned before the miniatures game Conquest: Last Argument of Kings, which is a rank and flank fantasy style game. So that's been fun. So I've been doing that in 30K. Painting my Blood Angels, prepping for the new edition.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I still gotta get my War Machine game in one day.
Yes, one day. I still got my stuff. We've been playing every week. It's been fun. It's easy to set up, easy to get into, and easy to get a good fun game in, even at a lower points bracket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always been War Machine. It's always been fast.
Yeah.
At least when I've played it. I never really played it at like a tournament level. Only a local store level. I'm sure it might be a little slower in the tournament scene.
Yeah, with the higher points definitely slows the game down. But we've been playing a lower points bracket, which is 25 points. Normal games being 75. So yeah, it's been fun. I would say that it's a really good side game. Just kind of cleanse your palate from like a big Warhammer game or something.
Of course. Well, okay then. I think that is everything. Unless you got something else.
That's it.
All right then. Let's close it off. I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end of this video. Comment, like, subscribe, help us out. And we'll see you next time.
Let everyone.